Hi there. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, and with me is Steve Hopper, one of the most fastest growing household names ever. Welcome.
Welcome.
I don't know
Awesome.
where to begin with you, Steve, because you brought me to tears when we first met. You have such a wonderful story, and I'm going to let you share that. But I have to tell you, Steve is an author. From Prison to Purpose is his book. His website is Ability to, the number 2, Influence. And you have a little story to share that led you on your quest to do what you're doing today, to inspire and motivate, especially businesses, and to ramp up sales. Tell me a little bit about your story.
Well, I grew up here in Tampa, Florida, and I started playing football when I was 4 years old. It was what I was going to do with my life. I wasn't going to be a doctor, fireman, policeman. I wasn't going to be a motivational speaker, that's for sure. I was going to be a football player. And had the natural talent at a very young age, and through the years, my parents put me in the best programs available to help feed the passion that I had for the sport. And when I got into the high school years, the opportunities were there for the taking. You know, I had the bull by the horns, the future was bright. But one Friday night, I would make a split-second decision that would change the course of my life forever. I attended a high school keg party one night with some guys from the football team, and at that party, one of my friends got into an argument with another guy at the party. Big fight breaks out. I find myself engaging in that fight. As the smoke cleared, 3 days later, the sheriff's department showed up at my parents' house with a warrant for my arrest. One of the teens that I had hit during that fight had slipped into a coma. And at that moment, everything changed. The future became very uncertain. Long story short, he was in a coma for about 3 months, came out of the coma and was going to live. But when I speak at high schools and middle schools, I always try to impart on the youth that when you make bad choices in life, there are almost always bad consequences that come along with those choices. And for me, those consequences were going to be great. For that one choice, that one split-second decision, that one lapse in judgment, I would be sentenced at 17 years old to 10 years in Florida State Prison. So, you know, nothing that I had been taught up until that moment in life, nothing my coaches had taught me, teachers, parents, nobody had taught me anything in life that would prepare me for the world that I was about to enter. And the first year in prison was hell. I fought for my life on numerous occasions. I watched people stabbed to death, beat to death right in front of me. And it was about a year into my incarceration. And it was this one particular night. It was lights out time. It was 9 p.m. and that steel door slammed shut on that prison cell, sealing me in for the night. And this particular night, the weight of the world just came crashing in on me. And I felt every emotion that you could imagine that night, feelings of hopelessness and helplessness and remorse and regret, fear. I was 1 year into a 10-year sentence, and that year had been absolute hell. I didn't think I was going to survive the next 9 years. Every day when you walked out of that cell, you wondered if it was going to be the last day that you walked out of that cell. But this particular night, as I sat there in the darkness, feeling like my life had no meaning and it had no purpose, something amazing happened. There was a shift that was created. I came to a crossroads in my life. There was a fork that night in that cell, and I had two choices. And those two choices were to give up or to get up. And obviously I'm sitting here today, so you know what choice I made. But it wasn't just me. God intervened that night in that cell, and some amazing things happened after that. So that's, yeah.
So that was the pivotal moment, and you still had 9 years to go, and you took every bit of those 9 years to be very proactive with your own personal growth and development and your relationship with God.
Absolutely. You know, I spent the entire 7 years that I was there just eating, sleeping, drinking, every ounce of self-development material that I could get my hands on, everything from leadership to relationship building, team building strategies, you name it. I studied it all because I knew that when I got out, I wanted to do something good with my life. I started doing speaking events in prison before I even got out. I was teaching the guys how they could change their life when they got out.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I hadn't even gotten out yet. I'm teaching these guys how they could change their life when they get out.
And I bet it did.
It did. Well, sure, absolutely. Yeah, you know, but I had a point to prove. I had to get out as well and prove that, you know, that we could still go and be successful. People could still make mistakes in their life and turn it around and change it and then impact other people's lives in a positive way.
Exactly. And that choice that you made has led you to where you are today. I mean, to motivation and inspiration and leadership. I mean, you use the influence platform to help with leadership, to help influence, and in corporate America, and how to affect people, because it really comes right back to who they are, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I spent many years, when I got out of prison, some doors were opened, and I applied the things that I learned over the years, and I became a national sales trainer for a large company, did that for several years. After that, became an entrepreneur, started some successful businesses, and you know, for about the past 3 years, I've been speaking full time. I launched my company, Ability to Influence, so I do a lot of corporate speaking. I speak at churches, youth groups, ministries. I speak at associations and conferences and all that good stuff. But the foundation really boils down to that I have found through both my personal and my professional experiences that our ability to be successful in business, our ability to be successful in life, really boils down to our ability to influence people in a positive way. And the beauty of that is that we all possess that ability, just many people don't utilize it.
You know, I'm glad that you said that. We all do possess that ability,
Right.
but you have that extra gift, that extra treasure, because you have found that right down to the pit of your soul. You're getting ready to be doing some, I just see you everywhere, and I think it's wonderful. You can get the book From Prison to Purpose, but make sure you have a box of Kleenex handy on Amazon, right?
Right.
Tell me about your $100,000 handshake.
Wow, yes, that is very, very exciting. You know, I've always built my business through networking. My relationships, my businesses, most of the opportunities that I've had in my life have been due to people. You know, it's not only our experiences that shape us, but it's the people in our lives that we meet along the way that shape us as well. So I've always been a huge networker. As I was out networking my businesses over the years, I saw a trend, and the trend was that unfortunately a lot of people are out there, they're trying, they want to network their business, they want to grow, they want to make contacts and improve their contact sphere in the community, but they don't know how to do it. You know, networking is a skill set. So I've learned all the things over the years. I've studied networking big time, and so now I teach a lot of entrepreneurs and companies and businesses how to get out and network. So I created a product called the $100,000 Handshake, and it's actually a book that's been being written, and I've recently teamed up with somebody that you're probably very familiar with, Forbes Riley.
Yes.
She is an HSN superstar, rock star,
yes.
and an amazing motivational speaker. She's probably one of the top female motivational speakers out there right now, and her and I have teamed up together, and we're going to be doing some exciting things around this $100,000 handshake, just teaching entrepreneurs how to go out and generate 6+ figures a year just by networking their business in the community.
And you know, there's a huge key to that with the networking, and you certainly do that very well. We only have about a minute or two remaining.
Okay.
What I want you to do is give us just a couple of tidbits on what, if today was the last day for you to ever make this point to somebody that wants to grow their business, what would you say?
I would say that it's you, it's always been you, and it will always be you. You're the product that people are buying, and you are the product that people are not buying. And if your business is not where it needs to be, it's not where you want it to be, it's not where you've dreamed that it could be, then maybe sometimes we have to take a look in the mirror and we have to say, what is the product that I have created? What is the product that I am displaying to the marketplace? Because you might need to make some changes within yourself to become that product that people will truly buy into. Mastering that ability to influence is one of the most powerful abilities that you can master.
So it really is all about you.
That's right.
And keep that in mind, because, you know, so many people, they're a little too timid to, you know, they come across as maybe being arrogant or whatever, but there's a way to present yourself that way. You help people understand, just like what you said, what people are looking for in the networking world. And you've clearly done this. You've clearly been successful. If you truly want to make a change in your life, if this man sitting next to me who spent 10 years in prison, is able to do that through the grace of God, you can too. Get his book on Amazon.com. It is From Prison to Purpose, and I kid you not, you will not have a dry eye. Steve, you are a delight.
Hey,
Thank you.
You are
so
awesome. Thank you so
much.
much for having me.
Continued good luck and
You too.
success.
God bless.
Thank you.